This is the Chlamydia Bacteriology tutorial presented by the SchrDbb, that is Dassi Bopda. We reference Lippincott Illustrated Review of Microbiology by Cynthia Cornilesson, Bruce Fisher, and Richard Harvey. So we're going to start with the classification of chlamydia. So under medically important bacteria, we have seen the bacteria that lacks the cell wall, like in the case of mycoplasma. We have seen flexible bacteria, like in the case of the spirochetes, and we are now seeing rigid cell bacteria. Under rigid cell bacteria, we had simple unicellular and we had filamentous. We have not yet seen the filamentous one, but among the filamentous, we have the actinomyces. Now, under the simple cellular, we have divided them into the free living and the obligate intracellular. In the free living, we have seen all of them. We have seen that it's divided into gram positive, gram negative. Under the gram positive and gram negative, they were cocci and they were rot, and under all of them, there were different microorganisms. Now, we are now going to see obligate intracellular parasites. Under obligate intracellular parasite, we are going to start with Chlamydiaceae family. In the Chlamydiaceae family, we have Chlamydia pneumoniae, we have Chlamydia psittaceae, we have Chlamydia trachomatis. Others inside the obligate intracellular parasite, we have Rickettsia, we have Ehrlichia, and we have Coxiella. So now, this is a structural feature of chlamydia on the schematic drawing and the electron microscopy view. So this is how chlamydia is going to resemble on the electron microscopy view. So this is the non-infectious reticulate body of metabolically actively and divide repeatedly in a binary fusion, forming inclusion bodies. So you can see chlamydia here. So this is a reticulate body and this is the elementary body. The infectious element body is small and condensed structure that can survive extracellular cell-to-cell passage. Is it clear? So now this is the cell cycle of chlamydia. So at the first part, it starts with an elementary body. So you need to know that there are two main bodies of this chlamydia. We have the reticulate body and we have the elementary body. The reticulate body is just like a spore. Is it clear? So the reticulate body is just like a spore, the non-living form. So it is non-infectious form, which is metabolic actively and divide rapidly by binary fusion. Is it clear? The cell envelope has two lipid bilayers similar to gram-negative cell, but no peptidoglycan and muramic acid is present. So this is the reticulate form of chlamydia. So when chlamydia has a reticulate form, it is the non-infectious form. Is it clear? So it is going to have a bilayer around it. So it has a bilayer around it, which is made up of lipids, but it is not made up of any muramic acid nor peptidoglycans. Now the elementary body now is a form that is going to be infectious. It is small, it is condensed structure, and can survive extracellular cell-to-cell passage. Is it clear? So this one is more intracellular and this one is more extracellular. So the elementary for the one can infect the different cells. So now let's see the cell cycle. It starts with the elementary body. Is it clear? The elementary body is taken by phagocytosis. This elementary body is the one that can live out of a cell. So it's the non-living form, just like a virus. Out of a cell, the virus is called a virion because there is no metabolic activity. So it's capable of surviving out of a cell. Now, inside a cell, a virus is now called a virus because it is metabolically active. Just like chlamydia, the outer part is when it's out of a cell, it's going to be called elementary body. Now it's going to enter the host cell. When it enters the host cell, the elementary form now is going to be converted to produce the reticular form, which is larger and it is non-infectious. So the reticular form is non-infectious, the reticulate body is non-infectious, and then it can grow and do the metabolic activity, divide by binary fusion. See the reticulate body now divide repeatedly by binary fusion, forming inclusion bodies inside the host cell. Is it clear? Now the next is that after 48 hours of multiplication, the reticulate body now condenses back. So the elementary to reticulate, the reticulate is larger than the elementary body because it consists of a surrounding cell membrane. Now it condenses back after 48 hours. And multiplication ceases to produce back the reticulate body, and then the reticulate body now are going to burst out from the host cell via cytolysis, and then they are going to be released to enter back another cell. Is it clear? So now the species and the serotype of chlamydia. Is it clear? So, and the disease it can cause. So the species, you need to know that Chlamydia trachomatis is one species, the next species is Chlamydia psittaci, and the last species is Chlamydia pneumoniae. Under Chlamydia trachomatis, you have the serotypes A, B, C. So the A, B, C serotype is going to result in the disease called trachoma. The D to K serotype is going to result to cervicitis, endometritis, epididymitis, inclusion conjunctivitis of the newborns, that's neonatal ophthalmia neonatorum. It's going to result to infant pneumonia syndrome. It's going to result to non-gonococcal urethritis, proctitis, and salpingitis. Now the next ones, the serotype L1. So A, B, C are they going to cause trachoma. So trachoma is just infection of the eye, which causes blindness later. So you have D to K is what's going to result to all this long list. Now the L1 after K is L. So we have L1, L2, L3. So we have L1, L2, and L3 serotypes of chlamydia trachoma going to result to lymphogranuloma venereal. Now we have chlamydia psittaci. We have many serotypes, and they're going to result to psittacosis, which is a form of pneumonia. And then the last one is chlamydia pneumoniae. There is only one serotype of chlamydia pneumoniae, and it's going to be associated with an acute respiratory disease, which include bronchitis, pharyngitis, pneumonia, and sinusitis. So this is an example of a neonatal conjunctivitis in chlamydia. You see that there is less pus is going to be released in chlamydia ophthalmia, but here there is more erythema in the eye of the child. Is it clear? So this here is the prevalence of chlamydia infection in United States. So you see that chlamydia in women is more because it is subclinical, and in men is less because it's more symptomatic. And then here you see the age group. You see that the age group infected with chlamydia are the more sexually active age group in men and women. So now this is a disease caused by Chlamydia psittaci and Chlamydia pneumoniae. You see that Chlamydia psittaci and pneumonia is mostly going to cause a respiratory tract disease. Is it clear? So we have community acquired respiratory infection caused by Chlamydia pneumoniae is going to be pharyngitis, laryngitis, bronchitis, sinusitis, and interstitial pneumonia. Why psittacosis is from Chlamydia psittaci, or is also called ornithoses. Is going to be caused by Chlamydia psittaci. Is going to be transmitted from human to human through inhalation of contaminated dust, for example via the bird feces. It can also affect the lower respiratory tract, causing fever, dry cough, flu-like symptom, bilateral patchy pulmonary infiltration. There may also be enlargement of the liver and the spleen. So what is the summary of chlamydia species? So number one, it is not routinely stained by a gram stain. Number two, it is small, round to ovoid organism. Envelope consists of 2 lipid bilayer. So that 2 lipid bilayer is more found in the reticulate body form of the chlamydia. So obligate intracellular parasites replicate in endocytic vacuole. So it replicates inside the cell in forms called reticulate body. But when it is outside the cell, it is more called that other body. Is it clear? So it replicate endocytic characteristic cytoplasmic inclusions. Is it clear? Now you have chlamydia here. These are the different inclusions. So it is just shown like inclusions inside the cells. Is it clear? So you have a host cell here. You can see inclusions. When you see inclusion body, cytoplasmic inclusion is characteristics of of Chlamydia species, the reticulate body of Chlamydia species. Now, Chlamydia pneumonia is going to cause community-acquired respiratory infection. Chlamydia psittacis is going to cause psittacosis or ornithosis, and Chlamydia trachomatis is going to result to different, depending on the different serotype, it can result to non-gonococcal urethritis for the D2K serotype. It's going to result to trachoma for the ABC serotype. It's going to cause inclusion conjunctivitis for D2K serotype, and it's going to cause lymphogranuloma venerum for the L serotype. Now, the antibiotic which is used in chlamydia is doxycycline, azithromycin, and erythromycin in the first line. So this is an example of non-gonococcal urethritis. This is an example of a trachoma. Trachoma is just infection of the eye. These are inclusion conjunctivitis of the newborn. This is trachoma, infection of the eye, resulting to it can also be called tracheitis. So here you can also see lymphogranuloma venereum, where you have swelling of the lymph node at the groin, and you can also have an ulcer at the level of the penis, and we have chlamydia cervicitis. So all these are examples of chlamydia infection. This is a respiratory infection in children. So from here we are finished with everything involving the chlamydia genus, and we say thanks for your kind attention. Please don't forget to like and subscribe for our channel, Science Jamaica. Thank you.